Hello everyone, welcome to Carrie's Crochet and Craft. We're nearing the end of January now, and I know this month I had said at the beginning that I was going to work on unfinished projects and try to get some of them fully finished. And we now have 2 days left to January. I'm not here to do a report on that right now, but I've gotten distracted. So not sure there's going to be too many fully finished projects for this month, at least not crochet. So I went down a rabbit hole. My husband is gone for a bit, and that kind of inspired me to start working with some of my sewing projects, because I've been able to dig into all my fabric and bring it in from the hobby room. And I've been sorting through it, and I've started making some projects, and I actually have a couple. These are actually fully finished projects, so they count. They're just not crochet projects. But let me just show you real quick. I completed this one first, so here we go. A tote bag made from 2.5-inch strips. My mom cut these strips. She cut a whole lot of strips because she was really into strip quilting. Is that the right way? That kind of sounds bad. She would make strip quilts. Very beautiful ones where you just take like the jelly roll 2.5-inch strips and you sew them together in long strips, and then you cut them, and then the way you arrange it is how you design a quilt. So like, and she would do log cabin style. I think most of the quilts that we have of hers are like log cabin, or a different style where you have the smaller piece instead of in the center. You have the smaller piece in the corner, and then you build out from there to build the block that way. Anyway, just before she died, well, some of the fabric that I got from her, I got it like probably 4 or 5 years ago. But then before she died, as she was declining, or maybe a little bit before, she gave me like pretty much all of her fabric that she had, because she couldn't sew. She had Parkinson's, and so she was shaking a lot. She also had rheumatoid arthritis, and so her hands had the whole deformation from that. And so between the shaking and the pain from arthritis, she couldn't sew much anymore. So she gave me all of her fabric and a lot of 2.5-inch strips that she cut herself. These were not jelly rolls that she bought. So anyway, I've gone down the rabbit hole of starting to make things with these strips, because, as you know, part of my goal is to reduce the amount of stuff that I have in my hobby room, make stuff out of it to sell or to give as gifts or for myself, but to get my hobby room organized and just emptied out of stuff. So anyway, I have this completed tote. This was the first one I did, and I haven't sewn in like probably 3 years, so I had a lot of remembering to do. Like, I should have done this with a 1/4-inch stitch seam allowance, and I did a 1/2-inch seam allowance instead, so the strips are actually more narrow than they should be. And then when I was doing the top stitching, I did a 1/4-inch instead of an 1/8-inch. So up here, this is an 1/8-inch seam allowance, and this is 1/4-inch. So it was my first time back to sewing, and I had just forgotten certain things. So I was being reminded of that as I sewed this one together. But I already have a buyer for this bag, and I also have a buyer for a duplicate bag, so I need to make one that's exactly like this, only with the proper seam allowances. Nobody's really going to notice but me, but anyway. I also got a second bag done. This one is slightly larger, but again, I did what I thought was a 1/4-inch seam allowance in sewing these together, but it was actually 3/8. And yes, it does make a difference overall. It is slightly bigger than this bag. That's what the difference of 1/8 of an inch makes on each seam allowance for each strip. So I have more bags coming. I have more bags cut out. I have them ready to go. I just need to sit down and sew them all together. I had 8 bags total cut out, and I have 2 sewn, so I have 6 more. But then I have another one to make because of this. So when it's all said and done, I'll have made 9 bags with this. But I have other projects cut out too, but I'm going to go over that another time. But just wanted to let you know that I really haven't made much progress in the finishing of the crochet whips. I did make something, but it's not fully finished because I need to figure out what to do at the ends. So I have worked on stuff this month, but just not very much. But what I wanted to get on here and do with you today is I had been shopping on Lion Brand, or browsing, window shopping on Lion Brand's website, and I actually had enough reward points on there to get a $10 gift card to spend. And so I was looking around and I saw, I think maybe it was in an email I got, that they had this mystery color for one of their brands. And I thought, well, that's kind of fun. One of their styles of yarn. So I ordered 4 skeins of this yarn, and it was on sale. Just that color, just the mystery color of this particular yarn was on sale for, I think, $5.99 a skein. And they said it would take about 4 skeins to make, a lap size blanket. So I got 4 skeins, and then that was going to be like just under $22 plus shipping. And so then I got the $10 off of that. So I only ended up paying like maybe it was $18 with the shipping, something like that. So rather inexpensive, and I thought it'd be fun to just kind of see what this mystery yarn is. It's not mystery yarn, it's a mystery color of a particular yarn that they have. I think it's a 7-weight yarn. I can't remember which style of yarn it is. It's not one of theirs that I have. So I've not used this one before. So anyway, it is a cream color. And they've X'd it all out. That's funny. So I guess it's they've X'd it all out. Why did they do that? I guess it's truly a mystery yarn. Anyway, it's Lion Brand yarn for Yarn Workshop. Chunky knit yarn, perfect for knitting blankets or pillows. It's a size 7 weight. This is 7.9 ounces or 226 grams. And 28 yards or 26 meters, 100% polyester. So it's just, a basic, really chunky 7-weight yarn. But I think it's funny that they say, hey, it's a mystery yarn or a mystery color. And it truly is, because they blank it all out. But, okay, I can, in the light, I can actually see the name that's on there. Let's see if this one's the same. That one's a little, yep, that's the same. So I think these were just mislabeled is the problem. So it really truly is a mystery, because the color that is blacked out here, and I can read underneath, because you get the light in just the right thing, it makes the Sharpie marker a little more transparent, and you can see the printed color. And they call it ocean. I don't think this is supposed to be ocean. So I have a feeling that this was mislabeled, and so they sold it as a mystery yarn. And I don't know if I'll be able to get the same transparency on the marker for you to be able to see the color, but anyway, yeah, it's hard to get the light shining on the right angle there. Yeah, so I bet they had a mislabel, and so they're selling it as a mystery color. That's hilarious. What would you name this color? It looks to me like a vanilla, like vanilla ice cream, old-fashioned vanilla ice cream. That's what I'm gonna call it. But I think I already have, I could make a blanket out of this, but I think I already have another use in mind. I found a pattern for a shawl made with chunky yarn, doing it with hand knitting. And I got the pattern actually from Darn Good Yarn. So the last video that I did where I opened the package from Darn Good Yarn, in that order I had also gotten a digital download for a pattern. And it's for a big, thick, cozy shawl made out of size 7 weight yarn. So I think that I might try making that out of this yarn. How fun! That's funny. Anyway, so just wanted to open this with you guys and see what the mystery was all about. I will get on another time and show you all the sewing stuff that I've been doing, and I'll update you on the little bit of the crocheting that I do, but I really have just gone down. It's maybe not a rabbit hole, it's more like a wormhole. A big black is emptiness in space. Yeah. So the fabric that I had out in the hobby room, most of it's inside now. So yeah, I've been sorting through it and deciding some patterns to make, and I've got some stuff underway, like you know, I have stuff cut out and added with the batting that's required for it, and they're just all in a pile ready to go. Some of the stuff I was just waiting for particular things, like, oh, what did I need? Some of it I needed like cotton batting for. Other things I need, some of it I need to do a little bit more cutting to. But yeah, I did have to order. I'm trying not to order more fabric. I don't need fabric. But it's hard when you want like a lining to a bag and you don't have a color to match the outside of it. You want to go get more, but I'm trying not to do that. I haven't bought any fabric in the last week and a half that I've been down this little wormhole. But I did need stuff like batting, regular batting, and then cotton batting, and then what I need, the fusible fleece, and the thermo stuff, the stuff that you use for in oven gloves. What are they called? Yeah, your gloves for the oven. Hot. What they're called. Are they called oven gloves? Just a minute. Let me go get the package. Oh. I got Insulbright. Yeah. Oh, oven mitts. That's the proper word. Is it there? Oh, there we go. Oven mitts. So this is the Insulbright. It like reflects back the heat, so you're able to hold hot things in your hand. So anyway, I have some patterns that I wanted some of this for. So yeah, but that's what I'm limiting myself to buying right now. If you saw my Joann hauls last year, you know that I have a ton of thread and I have a ton of zippers. But wouldn't you know it, one of the projects that I want to do, I don't have the right zipper length. So I need to either wait on that project or find another similar style that uses the size of zippers that I have. Go figure. Throughout all this, I also have those patterns for the dresses and the fabric that I bought to make myself some dresses and skirts. But the problem is, you know, with that time of life, when you have menopause, you're having hot flashes, and you have the weight gain. And I have that right now, this horrible, horrible weight gain. And I don't want to make clothes for myself while I have this hormonal weight on. So I'm gonna have to wait until I can get rid of this extra weight. Wait till I get rid of the extra weight. There you go. Before I make myself dresses, because I don't want to invest the time and that beautiful material in a size that, I mean, I don't even know what size to make myself anymore. That's how bad it is. And I don't want to even like try to figure out what size I am, because that's just disheartening. Anyway, we're just gonna hold off on the dresses and skirts for now, but I have such beautiful fabrics to use for that, including some that my mom had given me and some that I had actually forgotten that I had. I just found it yesterday, so I'm going to use, she had bought it to use for quilt making, of course, but I'm going to use some of it to make myself either probably a skirt, or spread it between a couple different projects. I don't know, there's probably like 6 or plus yards to it, so yes. You want to come up? Come up, come up. There we go. Okay, you want to say hi? Say hi to the people. Okay, 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 okay. Yep. Yep. Say hi. Say hi. Oh. Okay. Okay. 25 pounds here. Ooh, there we go. Smile for the camera. All right. At that, I will say goodbye for now. And I am excited to be showing you later the projects that I have worked on and that I am going to be working on, and I hope to tomorrow. I'm not going to get to it tonight. It's already close to 10, I think. I'm not going to sit down and sew anymore tonight, but hopefully tomorrow I will sit down and finish. I literally have them ready to assemble. So anyway, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to use up this fabric, and glad to have this time with my husband away for a bit so that I can bring in my mess and not frustrate him with it. But in about a couple weeks, I'm going to have it back out into the hobby room, at least most of it, because I did tell him I was going to sew in here and just have 1 or 2 projects to work on, bring more in as I need. But right now I literally have my entire fabric, almost my entire fabric collection out here. So anyway, until then, we will see you. Bye.